Are we in? I think we are. I think we are. Good morning. How are we this morning? It's a little bit damp. It's a little bit grey. So we are going to chase the cobwebs away, chase the shadows away. We've got a really nice session for you today. Very similar to Friday's session, actually. And I went looking for my notes for Friday's session because I enjoyed it so much. Now, that might have been because it was Friday, or it might have been the music, or it might have been the exercises. But hey, whatever it was, let's kind of capture some of that Friday feeling. It is January the 19th, only a few more days to the end of the month. We're steaming on through, guys. We are steaming on through. So keep up that amazing spirit. We've got Sam here in the corner. He's going to bark at me any minute now. So let's start the warm-up, shall we? But actually, before we do, are you feeling well? So this is the really important thing. If you're not feeling well, today is not your day to do some formal exercise. Just normally active, but just don't try and push yourself. Let the body heal. If you've got any injuries, just go easy. Again, it may not be your day. If it's something recent, definitely just have a rest and just wait for things to settle down a bit. Maybe have a word with your GP before you take part. If it's a long-standing injury and you know how to manage it, just go easy on certain things you think may aggravate it. Maybe just do something that you prefer instead. You can walk on the spot at any point. So if there's anything you're not comfortable with, you can either use a chair to do the session seated, walk on the spot, and just take it nice and easy at sections you think you need to. Right, enough of that. Make sure you've got a safe space. I'm just going to come off screen, come back on screen. Make sure you've got some water to hand. If you don't have any to hand, I know you're all exercising at home. So just make sure you hydrate afterwards. That's the important thing. Otherwise, let's get going, shall we? Sam, are you ready? He says he's ready. So we're going to find a nice space. We're going to take those feet about hip width apart, and we're going to think about how we stand before we do anything else, okay? So if you tend to stick that bottom out, lift that chest. If you tend to sort of lean forwards a little bit, let's think about just creating some space between the base of the ribs and the top of the pelvis. Nice space there. Let's think about just squeezing this bottom gently so we're not sticking it out behind us. So just squeeze that bottom, lift that chest. And once we're there, we're going to think about squeezing those shoulders up to the ears and then just relaxing those shoulders down. So we're just taking a little squeeze up, sliding those shoulders down. Now, while you're squeezing up, think about breathing in, and as you let those shoulders come down, really breathe out. So we tend to, if anything, just hold our breath a little bit when we're doing our exercises. So make sure we breathe out. So our focus is going to be on that breath out, nice and relaxed. And then, my friends, we're just going to lift those feet up. So we're just going to take a little bit of a walk on the spot. Nothing major. We are warming up. And we know in these sessions, we do a particularly long warm-up. Okay, compared to mainstream exercise, you might have seen some of the Joe Wick sessions that are aimed at the younger generation. PE with Joe. We've been doing it. I've really enjoyed it, but there's a very minimal warm-up. And as we get older, we need to make that warm-up more gradual, take our time with it. So when we get to the end of it, we are ready for our main section. Now, what we can also do in our warm-up is bring in a nice little mobilizing for the joints. So we're going to warm up that lower back, take those feet a little bit wider. We're going to take those nice and gentle side bends. And I say gentle. Did anyone else do some extreme gardening, I've now called it? Extreme gardening on the weekend. Really, it wasn't extreme gardening. It was a bit of weeding. Gosh, it does affect the lower back, doesn't it? Or am I just alone? So I've been sort of a bit like, oh. So we're going to take this little warm up for the lower back and really ease into it. Little bit. Just take it to your range. You might find you can gradually increase that range. You might find that that is where you stay at. But listen to that body, listen to that lower back. We're going to take some toe taps forwards. Oh, already the extreme gardening is just abated somewhat, the effects of that is. We're just going to take that big toe, push it down towards the floor. Nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it. Remember that nice strong trunk, so we're not leaning forwards or backwards. When we tap, we're just keeping that strong body. Now, bring it back. We're going to come again, just feet hip width apart or a little bit wider. We're going to soften those knees, tuck that bottom under, bring those arms underneath the chest. So again, a little bit of mobility, movement for this spine. This time, a little twisting action. Now, some of us will need to keep this twisting action really minimal, particularly if you've got any bone density issues. Okay, but some of us may be able to take it just a little bit further. To be honest with you, this movement's limited from all of us because the spine's attached to the ribs at this point. So if you keep those hips facing forwards, nice little gentle movements, and then we'll bring it back. And we're just going to take those toe taps and we're going to let those arms, just let them go, okay? Let them go. I love this because it just makes the shoulders relax. It's a bit of a playful movement and everything's relaxing, nice and relaxed. Okay, how many more times can I say relax in a minute? Okay, let's take the heels down now. So you can just let those arms come to a standstill. We're just going to tap those heels to the floor. And then we're going to see if we can take that ankle warm up. So we're going to take that heel toe action. So we're tapping the heel, then the big toe at the same spot on the carpet. Great to get those ankles moving, lovely for ankle mobility. And then we'll change feet. You may need to hold on to something for support. Brilliant. And then we're going to bring it back in. We're going to walk it out. So while we're walking nice and gentle, just think about how you place those feet on the floor. So it's not like walking down the road because we're placing the ball of the foot down first. But let's just make sure we control that placement down. Nice and gently does it. So imagine you're walking on clouds. So we're not banging the feet down. We're really placing them gently. And then we're going to just slow it down, slow it down. Let's take those little taps behind us, okay? Little taps behind us. I'm just going to show you from the side. We're just squeezing the bottom, and again, we're keeping that strong trunk. Oh, while I'm here, I'll just tell you about the equipment you need today. Very little, to be honest with you. The wall for some press-ups. And then if you'd like to use some tins or some light weights for the upright rows, then you can use those. But you can do it with body weight if you haven't got anything to hand. Should have told you that before we started moving. Okay, so we're doing these taps behind. Now we're going to tap out to the side. And again, we're trying to avoid that movement where we take the head in the opposite direction. We're really getting these deep core muscles to stabilize the trunk. And that's going to help with things like sort of back, shoulder, pelvis pain. We're going to make these big, deep core muscles a lot stronger so they can support those bone structures. Okay, I am struggling on words. Had you guessed? Let's bring it in and we're going to walk it out and we're going to take some warm up for these shoulders now. So we're going to draw those shoulders up to the ears, roll them back down. Good. Up to the ears and back down. And as the shoulders come back down, see if you can slide those shoulder blades down the back. So just let those shoulder blades slide down. And then we're going to take that W position. See if you can keep the feet moving. Could be taps, could be walk on the spot, but we're just going to take a push out as if we were doing that press up. So notice where those arms are from the chest. Good. Not here. So when you're against that wall, just make sure that nose is popping over the top of those fingertips. That's good. One more of these, guys, and then we're going to bring it down and we're just going to take 3 circles with this elbow. So if we've got any injury to the shoulder, we're going to keep those circles quite small. But if there's no injury, you might find you can just start to gradually increase the range of those circles. Okay, so we're going to take those taps out to the side again, bring it in, tap out and in. Now, as we tap, we're just going to open out these arms. Just watch out if you're exercising with someone else. Just make that arm movement nice and gentle. Good. And again, looking straight ahead, bringing it in, and then we're going to take a slow backward tap with a forward raise. Okay, slow and controlled. We're still warming up. Good. Draw that tummy button gently away from the waistband of the trousers if you can. Now, as we do this, we're going to gently press that heel to the floor. You can leave the arm movement out if you prefer. Just gently press that heel to the floor. Leave it there. And bring it up and in. Let's do the same on the other side. Just for a few seconds. Remember that heel and toe on the clock face. The toe is at 12. The heel is at 6. And then bring it in. And we're going to come into those knee lifts. Good. So nice strong core. Again, try and avoid that leaning back or leaning forwards. We're just going to stand nice and tall. We can take that opposite hand, opposite knee. That adds a little bit of rotation at that waist. Lovely. 3, 2, 1. Now into that jogger's pedal. Into that jogger's pedal. So it's where we're lifting one heel at a time. One heel at a time. What we're going to do here is we're going to take a little squeeze. We're going to take a little row. We're going to squeeze those elbows behind you. Looking straight ahead, squeezing. Great stuff, guys. And then we're going to just relax, bring it in, take a little step out, bend those knees, reach. Good. So this is a little mini squat. As we come down, we're going to reach up. Lovely. So we're just getting a nice bit of reach, lengthening these muscles in the trunk. Reach up. Good. One more mini squat. We're going to reach up, breathe out, breathe in, mini squat, reach up. Good. And bring it down. Now, when we're mini squatting or squatting, remember, knees in line with that big toe. We glue those heels to the floor. We're dropping that tailbone behind your heels. So less can be more with this, guys. Less can be more. You can hear the tag boys just having a break, having a wrestle. Okay, bring it up. Tap it out. Now, we're going to see if we can slow these taps down and then just leave one foot in front, and we're going to come into that back of the thigh stretch. Ooh, all right, excuse this. Quiet down there. Excuse the ruffians. Oh no, I've made it. They'll come up now and interrupt us. All right, and the other leg. My apologies. Okay, now we're going to take a little punch forward. I'm going to punch to you. I'm just going to punch. Oh, God, they're coming. I'm going to punch it out. Punch it out. And we're going to punch up, okay? Just nice and easy does it. We're still warming up, punching up, punching out. Now, let's see if we can punch down. Nice, strong trunk. And then we're going to release. Now, with these feet moving, just walk one hand over the shoulder. Give yourself a nice little pat on the back and release. Walk yourself over the shoulder, same hand, same shoulder, and release. Okay, walk that hand again. We're going to do 2 or 3 on each side, really giving the shoulders a nice bit of mobility before we get started. And again, good. Okay. And we're going to take one more on this side, and then we're going to steady those feet. We're going to take that nice big stretch, bring those hands behind you, and just draw those fingers away from the shoulders. And then we're going to release it out, release it out. Good work, my friends. Now, last little movement, we're going to take those heel kicks or the hamstring curls. So we're just going to squeeze the heels towards the bottom. Now, it works quite well if you take the feet ever so slightly wider than normal, but if you prefer to keep them here, that's okay. If the knees are sore, just see if you can take a little tap behind you instead. We're getting that knee bend, but without too much range. And then we're going to add that little pulse. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6. Keep that chest lifted. Keep those core muscles active. So gently draw that tummy button away from the waistband of that trouser. Good. And then bring it down. Now, are those feet hip width apart? Mini squats. Try and keep that long back, chest lifted. Now, on the way up, squeeze that bottom. Lift that chest. Good. Knees in line with that second toe. We're going to do 2 more. And we're going to do 1 more. And bring it up and tap it out. Good. Okay, bicep curl. We're going to do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, side tap and tap. Now, with this side tap, we're going to see if we can do 2 on one side. When you're ready, 2 and 1. Good. 2 and 1. Good. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. Now we're going to see if we can push with one arm forwards, push and forwards. 2 more. 2 and 1. Good. Okay, pedal it out, guys. Take some shoulder rolls, some elbow circles. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That is warm up over. Warm up over. Time for the main section. So you can have a little bit of water. Keep your feet moving. You'll notice we've increased your heart rate. So the breathing is coming a little bit faster, ready for us to move into the main section. So if we stop, even just for a couple of minutes to have some water until we get going, we might feel a bit dodgy. So just keep those feet gently moving. Have a comfort break if you need it. And in approximately 30 seconds, we're going to get going. So I'm just going to open this door again. Now the tag boys seem to have gone back to homeschool. And I'm just going to think about getting some music on. So when you're ready, we're going to get going. So remember, anything that feels wrong, just go back to a walk on the spot or any activity that you feel comfortable. The pace is down to you. So you can slow things down, make the moves smaller to make it easier. You can speed it up to make it more challenging. You can make the movement bigger. You can also add arms to make it more challenging. But at the end of the day, if that breath is coming so fast that you can't speak, we are working too hard. We're closer to that 10 on that scale of 1 to 10. We're looking to be somewhere between a 4 and a 7. All right, guys, I've got some music here. We've got a bit of Motown today. Here we go. Right, find your space. We're going to start with 45 seconds, well, 50 really, of toe taps or kicks, whatever you prefer. Good. So they're not like high kicks. We're not doing the can-can. We're just getting into it. Now, if you like, if you're toe tapping, you can add a bicep curl. If you're kicking, you can add a bicep curl. Good. I'm just going to stay with legs only for this bit. You're going to focus on that nice, strong trunk. Okay. Now, don't worry if I keep turning. It's just to show you what we're doing. It's not always easy to see front eyes on. Now, when did we start? Oh, it's time to walk it out. So this section is about either recovery or you can carry on with what you were doing and leave out your recovery. Okay, knee lifts. Good. So that walk for 15 seconds can be really active or it can be really calm to recover. Now we can add that opposite tap with those knee lifts if you like. We can put whatever arms you like. We can do no arms. We can just relax those shoulders. Good. Now, remember that strong, that is right, well done. Those core muscles are looking fantastic, guys. Keep it up. Good. Okay, we've got another 10 seconds of these knee lifts. So, smile, breathe out. You are doing amazingly. Okay, we ready? Let's walk it out. So, to be very calm, just to bring that breathing back under control. Now, we're going to go into those side taps. Okay, so we're going to tap, same side, 2 on each side. Good. Now, if you can, we're going to add that push. Good. Push with one arm. Push. Lovely. Push. Good. Push. 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 Now we speed it up a bit. You ready? So we're going to tap, 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 tap. Just slow it down if you need to. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. You've overspent that then. Okay, now roll those shoulders in your recovery. Take that W position. Let's find that wall. Press up against the wall. Are we ready? Strong trunk. Little orange between your chin and the chest. Let's go. Don't forget to breathe out. Good. So we need to breathe out on this one, guys. So I tend to breathe out as I push away. As long as you breathe out, it doesn't matter when. There is no right or wrong. Good. Now keep those elbows below the shoulders. Try and avoid that chin creeping forwards. Have a rest. Walk it out if you need it. Otherwise, you've got 10 seconds left. Good. Now the further the feet are away from the wall, the harder it's going to be. You may need to slide those hands down. Just a little bit. Good. Last one. Okay. Walk it out. Nice. So this exercise, press-ups, working chest, triceps, shoulders, really functional for every day. Now, are we ready for those hamstring curls? So, squeezing those heels towards the bottom. Now, if you want to work a bit harder, we can add that row. Hands out front, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Nice and control, guys. Control this movement. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Try not to stick that bottom, arch that back as the heel comes up. So strong core. Brilliant. You've got this. Oh my word. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Okay. Now, lovely. Next, we've got the squats. Now, if the squats don't suit you, you can just stand against the wall, use some support, and just take a tiny knee bend in line with that second toe straight. Okay, 10 on each leg. Squats, guys. Are we ready? Let's go. Good. So, strong knees in line with that second toe. Strong legs. Good. Heels glued to the floor. Good. We don't have to go too far. Brilliant. Keep that chest lifted. Really squeeze the bottom as you finish the move. Lift that chest. Good. Control. Brilliant. Good. Now, if you want to just make it a little bit more challenging, you can take the hands here. You don't have to push them out. I like to do this. Good. Okay, last 2. Last one, you can do it. Walk it out. Whew. Hot in here now. Good work, guys. Now, side step. So we're going to step single side Ready? Step together. Good. Step. Try not to bang those feet together. Brilliant. Now, think about that nice long back. We can add the arms if you like, or just stay with the legs. So we're going to wash the windows. Good. We're just washing those windows. Now, if you want to go faster, you can. Good. I'm going to slow it down. Good. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Now, coming up next, we're going to do that split step. What is that? Basically, one foot in front of the other, and we're going to take those punching movements. So you can turn the back foot out a little bit. Strong hips, soft knees. Let's go. Punch, punch, punch. Good. Punch. So with that punch, keep that nice strong wrist. Push those knuckles forwards. Come on. You can think of something, surely, that you could pummel. Okay, put it in front of you. Imagine it's there. Oh, this is a bit of a workout. I'm not going to tell you who's in front of me at this moment in time. There's about 4 candidates. All of them live here. No, I'm only joking, really. Okay, now, change that leading leg. Ready? Good. So, get a nice bit of balance. A little bit of rotation on this side. Good. Okay. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Remember, you need to keep those legs bouncing when we're doing that punching. If that doesn't work, we can just march and punch. Okay, tap it out, my friends. Let's go into our backward taps. Good. You ready? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good. Now I've added the forward raise. We can do it without the arms. Good. We can make those taps smaller. We can make them bigger. Good. So if you want to go faster, generally, you'll have to make the movement a bit smaller. Good. Okay, we're halfway through. Well, more than that, really. Good. Keep it up, guys. It may be grey outside, but it's not grey in here. It's light blue. Okay, we're going to go 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Good. Now, I'm just going to open a window a little bit. Okay, so we're just walking it out, keeping those feet moving. Oh, that's better. Now, what's next? We're going to just soften those knees a little bit, keep that bottom in, and we're going to take that little pec deck movement. So elbows are lower than the shoulders. So tap and in, tap and in. Good. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. If your neck starts to hurt, lower that chin ever so slightly and maybe lower your eye view. Good. Brilliant, guys. Now, if it gets too much, take the arms out, just tap. Good. All right, we're cooking on gas, my friends. Brilliant. Good. Just a few more of these. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm going to have to rest my arms. 2, 1. Walk it out. Now, while you're recovering, I'm going to show you the next exercise. You may need the wall for support. This whole foot comes on the floor, and we're going to take a little tap back, keep the heel of this leg down, and we're going to step heel, toe, heel, toe, strong core. So we're going to do about 10 taps on each leg. Are you ready? Good. Heel, toe. Now, if you decide to let go of the wall, that's fine, but make sure you're balanced. Good. Make sure that knee bends in line with that second toe. Good. All right, then one more. Tap and tap. Change legs, guys. Change legs. So, I'm going to be using this leg to support me. Toe here. Toe here. Make sure that knee is strong. I almost went. Good. So this is really good. Leg strength, balance, core muscles. Good. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, my friend. Ooh. Roll those shoulders. Now, if you've got your tins, last exercise, we're going to pick up your tins, your bowls of water, your light weights. Now, the important thing now is to keep the feet gently moving, looking straight ahead, palms facing you. Squeeze those elbows up, slowly down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. So we're almost tracing the front of your body with those weights. Good. Breathing out. So again, it's tempting to hold that breath. If this doesn't suit, just walk it gently out, guys. Lovely. We'll take some of those rows that we did with the hamstring curls. Lovely. Nice, strong elbows. Good. We're going to do 2 more, okay? 2. And slowly down. Slowly down. Ooh. Okay. Thank you, the Eiley brothers. The brothers. Okay, that's the end of our first section. So you've got an idea of the moves. You've also got the idea that I am really poor at timing, which I am, but I don't think anything hit the dizzy heights of poor timing like we used to get at the leisure centre. Remember those 4-minute stations on squats, guys? Because I was talking to someone. All right then. So what we're going to do is just walk it out. Have a little bit of water. If you need a comfort break now, if you need to nip to the toilet, that's fine. Go now. Try not to keep those feet static for too long though. Okay, so even if it's just wiggling those toes, just making sure those calf muscles keep that blood moving upwards. Okay. That's quite enough of me wittering on. Round 2, are you ready? Okay, I'm going to change the music track. Okay, and we're going to go into this one. And there we are. Are you ready? Find your spaces. Let's do it. Oh, I just moved my tins out of your eye view. So, tap in first. All right, I've got the clock. I'm on it for about the first station. So, toe taps or the little kicks. Good. Now we can add that bicep curl. If you want to work a little bit harder, you can make it a heel dig if you prefer. Good. Breathe out. So we're over halfway, okay? You're doing brilliantly. Slow it down if you need to. It's all about pace. All about pace. Yes, you got it. Okay, we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Now, this walking out can be very gentle, can be quite active. This is your chance to find out where you are. You can do this in some of the stations if you prefer. Okay, knee lift. Let's do it. Now, really see if you can draw this tummy button away from the waistband. These lower abdominals. Good. So we're going to give you a little bit of a core workout. Keeping that chest lifted, nice long back. Good. Just gently draw that tummy button. It's a bit like doing your belt up and not your too tight up. It's not impossible. Brilliant. Okay. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Roll those shoulders up and back. Yes. Now, what's next? Tap. Tap. Good. Tap. I'm going to add the arms. So it's a little push. Push. Good. Push. Do you reckon we can go faster? I made a mess of this last time. Push. As long as the range is not too great, we can just about do it. Good. I'm going to take the arms out. You keep them in if you need them. Tap, tap, tap. Good. Yeah, very good for core and balance. Slow it down if you need. Good. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Now, walk it out. Roll the shoulders. We're going to go for those press-ups. How did they come round so quickly? Okay, let's find the wall. Good. Now see if you can do that little trick about drawing the tummy button in again. So those of you who've not been with us before, fingers pointing upwards on the wall and hands just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. So I've got quite small shoulders, but we're then pushing from the chest. So as the body comes forward, that nose should be over the top of the fingertips. That's it. Good. Good. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Good. Last 2. Good. Last 1. And relax. Shake it out. Shake it out, guys. Tap it out. Now, you ready for those hamstring curls? Feet a little bit wider if you prefer it. Good. So, nice and easy if you prefer. We can really get some work going here. Now, we're going to add that row. Good. Make sure those elbows are lower than the shoulders. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Now take those arms out if you need to. We sneak a lot of upper back work into this session just to help negate the effects of all that computer work most of us are doing. Okay. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Roll those shoulders. Walk it out. Great work. Now, you ready for the squats? If you're not sure, stick with the mini squats we did at the start. Good. Squeeze. Squeeze. So we can go mini. Remember the one-legged. Supported. Work if you're not good with squats. Okay. Now, take those arms wherever you feel comfortable. Okay? Up to you. Super, guys. I'm going to adjust my foot position. Good. It's okay to adjust it if you feel it's wrong. Just make sure it feels okay. Good. Now let's see if we can do 2 more, okay? 2. Push up into those heels. Squeeze that bottom. 1. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Push it up. Tap. Brilliant. Okay. All squats done now, okay? Yes, you nailed it. Okay. Side steps. Are we ready? Single side steps. Off we go. 3, 2, 1. Step. I'm going to go faster. I'm not in time to the music. I'm adding arms. We were in time to the music. We'd be creating steam in the floor balls. We've got, and remember you can take those arms out, just do the legs. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, my friends. Woo! Okay. Now, what's next? That side split step, not side step, split step. All right, so 1 foot behind, we're going to punch. Now, when we're punching, see if we can get a little bit of leg movement. Punch. Now, some of you may feel comfortable taking a little bit of hip movement and lifting that heel. That's it. So getting a little bit of rotation through that body. Good. Change that leading foot. Go easy to start with though. If you're not comfortable with that, just stick with walking and punching, okay? So the other foot behind. Bouncing. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Walk it out. And ready for those backward taps? How is your breathing? Do we need to slow everything down a bit, or are we okay? Okay, you're the boss, remember? Backward taps. Here, I'll show you from this angle now. You can add that forward raise. Just watch what's going on here. Watch we're not throwing that back out. Good. So if you do feel uncomfortable in the lower back, make the steps smaller. Maybe focus a little bit more on that. Good. 10 seconds. Fantastic. Good. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Now, remember, soft knees, bottom in. We're going to do those little peg deck movements. So we're going to tap. Tap. Good. So draw those shoulder blades together. Good. Ready? Super, guys. I don't think I gave you the recovery. So if this feels hard, we are at the end of the session. Hang on in there. Just take the arms out if you need to, okay? Roll the shoulders. You might want to go back into the arms or just leave the arms for now. Good. Nice strong core, guys. Brilliant. Long back. Strong trunk. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Shake those arms out. Roll those shoulders. You are doing a great job. 2 more exercises. I'm just going to drop the volume a bit on these ones. Okay. Now, remember that balance. Heel, toe. So we really want to keep that strong core and that supporting leg, soft knee, and that knee bending in line with that second toe. Good. On the big toe, whatever suits you. Good. We'll change that supporting leg. Are you ready? Let's do it. Foot firmly on the floor. It's not a massive step, otherwise this heel would come off the floor. Good. It's all about the balance. Good. Walk it out. Great steps. You can really feel that in the thighs there, but it's so useful. Now, let's find those tins. Last exercise. Let's make it a goodie. So, now, what I have to what is I've got some dumbbells. So if you're finding the tins are suddenly quite easy and you want to up the challenge, you can sort of purchase these quite easily online. So you're going to hold them nice and lightly, squeeze. So exactly the same principle as using the water. Good. So keep looking straight ahead. Keep those feet moving. Make sure you breathe out. Good. Almost there, guys. Super. Good squeeze. Excellent. So this is a nice bit of muscular endurance, a little bit of strength, but these muscles are going to be able to keep going. They're going to keep working, keep you nice and upright, allow you to be able to sit and stand tall. Good. So it's these muscles here that we're working mostly, and here. One more. Okay. Roll those shoulders, guys. Ooh, put your weights down. I'll give us a little bit less volume. Now, we're just gonna keep those feet tapping. Ooh. So this was mostly aerobic work. We were mostly doing lots of repetitive movements, and to keep going, those muscles, they require fuel. So you're burning fuel, you're burning calories, but they also require oxygen. And that's why our breathing comes a bit faster to keep up with the body's requirements. So we want to keep going for the whole session if we can, which is why if you're struggling, if your breathing's coming too fast, we need to slow it down. So reduce the intensity so we can manage. And sometimes it's going to take time. We might need to do 15 minutes, and then we'll build to 20, and then we'll build to 25, and so on. Okay, and if we have a setback, go back to the 15, start again. So it's a funny old game. You can't bank your fitness, can you? So, which is a great thing, frustrating at the same time. So we need to keep moving to get those benefits. So I'm hoping you now are feeling tip-top, maybe a little bit tired, okay, but we're going to calm you down, we're going to stretch you out, and I'm hoping that at least in 15 minutes, you're going to feel amazing. So you're going to face the rest of this day like that, like a lion. So we're going to see if we can just take a little heel dig forwards. Make sure we're breathing out. It's a really, really useful way of starting the cool down is to focus on really pushing all of that breath out. And you'll notice the fitter you get, actually, it takes you, it's not maybe not so long to actually get that breathing back to a more normal level. You'll notice that. Okay, let's take that little pedal, that jogger's run or that jogger's walk, and we're going to take some elbow circles while we do this. And you notice in the warm-up, we sort of gradually increase the speed. In the cool down, we're gradually decreasing the speed, and then we're going to decrease the range of movement we're taking your joints through. So let's take it into a shoulder roll, slightly smaller circles. Good. And then we're just going to allow those shoulders to relax. We're going to take a little tap out to the side, bring it in. Good. So we're going to relax those shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Keep that strong core if you can. Breathe out. It feels like someone's got like one of those mist, those water mist sprays, and I've got a Velux window here and the wind's coming and it's sort of spraying me. Fine little spray, but that feels quite pleasant, to be honest with you. If I could sell it on to you, I would, or just give it. I'd give it to you. Now, what we're going to do is keep that chest lifted, feet hip width apart. We're going to stretch the calf muscles out. So we're going to take that step behind you. Now, we can do it here, but remember we sometimes talk about using the wall for support. So if you've got something that you can use for support, you can really get a little bit more out of this calf stretch. Just make sure the back foot, if it was on a clock face, the heel would be at 6 and the big toe would be at 12. Okay? And then we're going to bring it up, bring it in, Do move those feet between each stretch, okay? So do move those feet. It may even be that you just hold onto the wall here and that's enough. So lovely stretch, this one. So if any of you are doing a lot of walking, anything that requires those repetitive movement of the calf muscles, I would urge you to just do this before you walk into the front door when you get home, or the back door if that's your preferred entrance. And we're going to bring it up, bring it in. What I would say is it's not necessary to do it before you go. In fact, stretching cold muscles it can cause injury. So just at the end of your session, okay? Now we're just going to roll those shoulders up and back. Steady those feet again. Just get that nice long body. Try not to stick that bottom out. Walk that hand over that shoulder and give yourself a massive pat on the back. So this is from me. This is a massive well done. Now see if you can just push that elbow gently towards the ceiling. Notice we hold the arm not on the actual joint itself, just somewhere between the elbow and the shoulder. Good. Just gently push. Keep looking straight ahead. Now we're going to just reach over the head. I'll just walk back so you can see what I'm doing. Keep that bottom in, draw that tummy button in and see if you can gently lift the rib cage, both feet firmly on the floor, and bring it back and down. And then we'll just roll that shoulder, move those feet a little bit. So should we see if we can do the same on the other side? So again, nice strong position. I know I'm talking a lot about the back today. Forgive me. It's just because I can feel it all the time. Weighting's dangerous, isn't it? Okay, let's just push that elbow towards the ceiling. Good. That's lovely. So this is all about shoulder flexibility and back of the arm stretch. So we're going to reach up, and again, just see if you can draw that tummy button in. So we're protecting that back as we gently breathe out, come into that stretch for these muscles in the side of the trunk and the back. A little bit of hip in there as well, to be honest with you. And then we'll just take a little roll. We're just going to take a few steps around the room, just being aware of where you are. And then we'll just come back and we're going to think about that back of the thigh stretch. So I'm going to show you this standing, but I'm also going to show you seated. So we're going to think about taking a small step forwards and then bending that supporting knee. I'm going to show you this angle actually, so you can see what I do with that supporting knee. Now the shoulders and the hips are square on. And notice I'm not lifting my chest, so I'm curving my back. Nice long back. We're just going to breathe out. I'm going to hold this for somewhere between 10 and 15 seconds, longer if you like, but we're going to come out and we're going to go back in on the same side. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of work on flexibility here. So we're going to hold it for a little bit longer than just the normal 15 seconds. And we're going to breathe out. We're going to relax into this stretch using that breath to help us. We're going to bring it up and we're going to walk it out. So we're going to go into it on the other side and I'm going to show you how it looks from the chair. So in the chair, we sit in that front third or the front half of the chair and we're going to take that foot out in front of you. Same principle, hips square on, just hinging at the hips, keeping that back as straight as possible. Good. And then when you're seated, you may find you don't have to come out. If you're standing, we're going to come out and then gently, gently back in. Good. Gently, gently back in. Breathe out. Use that breath to help you relax. And then we're going to come all the way up, nice and easy. Just move those feet. Just move those feet. And then we're just going to take a little circle with those hips. So we're just going to imagine you've got a pencil in your tailbone and we're just drawing 3 little circles one way and we're going to take 3 little circles the other way. Nice and easy does it. Okay, my friends? Yes, nice and easy does it. All right, good. And we're just going to move those feet. So these muscles, we've been using them. And if you do a lot of work on the computer, a lot of reading, whatever it is you do in front of you, we're going to stretch them out because they get tight. So even though we've used them in this session, they may be tight anyway. So we're just going to see if we can open up this chest, bring those hands around to the base of the spine, fingers pointing down, and we're just going to gently squeeze those elbows, draw the shoulder blades together. Now, while you're doing this, see if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears, and we tend to stick that chin forwards, draw it in. So try and give yourself a double chin. That is my advice while doing this stretch. I can't talk properly. And then release. Shake those arms out, shake those arms out. So if you do find you're getting sort of stiff in the neck and shoulders area when you're seated doing things, you can just edge forward on that chair, hold on to the back of that chair, look straight ahead, and it will just open you out a bit. Now, back to those little taps. Back to those little taps. So we've done, just going through the stretches that we need to do, the ones we definitely have to cover. Now, we're going to see if we can stretch out the front of the thigh, but we're also going to do a bit of hip flexor. So I'm going to do some hip flexor first. As if you were doing that backward lunge, okay, and not putting that heel to the floor. We're going to take a step behind you. Now, I would advise we do this holding onto the wall, okay? Now, keeping that back, sort of, you can look at the floor while you step back, and then we're going to bend that knee slightly, bend both knees slightly, and then we're going to gently lift that chest so we feel a stretch here. I'm waving my hand over the area. Good. And then we're going to straighten up, bring it back. Let's do the same on the other side. So taking that step behind. So we're looking at the floor while we take that step behind. We're going to bend those knees slightly, then lift that chest, and we're getting that stretch in the front of the thigh. Good. And again, this is the great stretch if you're sitting down a lot. It's the hip flexor stretch. Straighten out those legs. I'm getting my order wrong. Straighten out those legs. So that's where we get it here. Just take a little breath in, breath out. And then, again, holding on, we're going to take that knee bend. If you can, hold on to the back of the trainer, the front of the trainer. Bring that knee up in front. And then we're going to bring that knee so it's pointing down towards the floor. And I'm holding on. Good. Just squeezing that heel to the bottom and gently, gently squeezing that bottom in rather than out. And then we're going to release, and we'll do the same on the other side. So if you can hold on to something, bring that knee up in front. See if you can. Now, we tend to do this quite a bit. So lift that chest, push that bottom in. Squeeze those glutes. Good. And then release. And then, good. So last time I had the window open, you could hear a lot of seagulls. There's no birds out there today. Brilliant. We are done. So those of you who'd like to stay just for 3 nice breaths, what we're going to do is just soften the knees. Our bottom is in, and we're going to feel that floor beneath the feet. We're going to relax the shoulders, and we're going to focus on breathing out. And if you can, push that breath out through your mouth. And as you breathe in, again, only if you can, it doesn't matter if you have to breathe in through your mouth, but if you can, we're going to breathe in through your nose and breathe out. It's almost like a soft H sound with the mouth. And then we're going to bring your hands in. So as you breathe in, we're going to find that flow. Hands moving with that breath. Breath in. And as you breathe out, just sink down into that floor. As you breathe in, there's a gentle rise. And then Better give those fingers a wiggle. Give those toes a little shake. And that breathing, I'm finding really, really useful at the moment. And I'm going to try and take you through it sort of at the end of every session, even if it's just 30 seconds or a minute. That breath out being particularly good at that calming side of things. There's actually physiological responses in the body that respond. And it'll just, so if you're feeling about, oh, what's going to happen? It'll just help. Anyway, enough of me going on. I love to bang on about breathing, but it is amazing. But well done. It's been amazing today. Thank you for joining me and have a great day. You deserve something to drink now. So whether it's a glass of water, a cup of tea, just rehydrate and have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.